Picture this, two martial arts legends, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal, squaring off in the ultimate Hollywood cage match of egos, fists, and fame. These titans of 90s action cinema didn't just battle on screen. They clashed in a rivalry so intense it became the stuff of legend. But when the dust settles, one warrior stands tall in the hearts of fans, and it's not who you'd expect. So, why does Jean-Claude Van Damme still wear the crown while Steven Seagal's star has dimmed? Buckle up as we dive into the untold story of this explosive feud, unpack their legacies, and reveal what it tells us about the heroes we idolize. The arena of the 90s, where titans ruled. In the golden age of action films, stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone reigned supreme, their friendly rivalry lighting up the box office. But Van Damme and Seagal? Their beef was no buddy comedy. It was raw, personal, and downright combustible. This wasn't just about who could land the flashiest kick. It was a war of pride, ego, and the burning question: who's the real king of martial arts? Let's rewind to see how these two warriors rose to fame, and why their clash still has fans buzzing decades later. Jean-Claude Van Damme, the muscles from Brussels. Born in 1960 in Brussels, Belgium, Jean-Claude Camille Francois van Varenberg, aka Van Damme, was no born action hero. As a kid, he was frail, shy, a self-described nerd. But at age 10, his father enrolled him in Shotokan karate, sparking a transformation that turned this scrawny kid into a global icon. By his teens, Van Damme was mastering kickboxing, dominating European rings, and even snagging the Mr. Belgium bodybuilding title in 1978. His crowning glory? Winning the European Karate Championship in 1979. Chasing the Hollywood dream, Van Damme landed in the US in the early 80s, hustling through odd jobs, pizza delivery, taxi driving, you name it, while pitching himself to anyone who'd listen. His big break came in 1986 as a villain in No Retreat, No Surrender, but 1988's Bloodsport launched him into orbit. Van Damme fought tooth and nail to get that film released, even re-editing it himself. The result? A cult classic that showcased his jaw-dropping kicks and iconic splits, cementing him as the underdog hero audiences adored. Steven Seagal, the mystical maverick. Across the globe, Steven Seagal was carving a very different path. Born in 1952 in Lansing, Michigan, Seagal was drawn to martial arts from childhood. By 13, he was training in karate in California, but his real journey began in the early 1970s when he moved to Japan, a bold move for a Westerner. There, he immersed himself in Aikido, a martial art all about redirecting an opponent's energy. Under masters like Koichi Tohei, Seagal earned his black belt and became the first non-Japanese to run an Aikido dojo in Japan, though his ex-wife might dispute some details. Back in the US, Seagal's Hollywood rise was smoother than a spinning back fist. With connections to power players like super agent Michael Ovitz, he landed his debut in 1988's Above the Law. His stoic, almost mystical vibe and bone-crunching Aikido moves set him apart from the muscle-bound pack. Films like Hard to Kill and Under Siege made him a box office juggernaut, but his aloof, untouchable persona would soon stir trouble.
Clash of styles, clash of titans. The heart of this rivalry lies in their wildly different approaches, both in the ring and on the screen. Van Damme's kickboxing roots brought high-octane, balletic fight scenes. His spinning kicks, lightning-fast strikes, and those gravity-defying splits were pure cinematic magic, designed to dazzle. Seagal, on the other hand, was all about efficiency. His Aikido-based style was brutal and no-nonsense. Think wrist twists, joint locks, and bad guys hitting the floor with barely a flick of his ponytail. Fans loved Van Damme's flair and Seagal's grit, but their contrasting vibes mirrored their off-screen personas. Van Damme, the charismatic showman; Seagal, the enigmatic lone wolf. The feud ignites, ego versus humility. While both men played invincible heroes on screen, their real-life rivalry was where things got juicy. Van Damme's journey was built on respect. He trained with legends like Chuck Norris, earning his stripes through grit and humility. Seagal, however, came out swinging, trash-talking Norris and Frank Dukes, the real-life inspiration for Bloodsport, in early interviews. He even called out anyone teaching ninjutsu in America as a fraud, cementing his rep as a brash outsider who bowed to no one. The tension hit fever pitch on the talk show circuit. On the Arsenio Hall show, Seagal dismissed Van Damme's competitive record, saying it was a matter of opinion whether he was ever a champion. Van Damme, ever the diplomat, kept it classy but dropped subtle jabs, once joking about Seagal's inability to lift his leg for a high kick. Fans ate it up, but behind the scenes, things were boiling. Rumor has it Van Damme wanted to settle the score with fists, not words. The Vegas showdown that never was. In a wild twist, Sony Pictures co-president Peter Guber reportedly offered each star $20 million in the early 90s to duke it out in a pay-per-view Las Vegas brawl. Van Damme was game, ready to prove his mettle. Seagal? He backed out not once but 3 times, according to Van Damme. The refusal fueled whispers that Seagal's tough guy image was all smoke and mirrors. Things nearly got physical at a late -90s party when Van Damme, fed up with Seagal's taunts, challenged him to a fight. Seagal allegedly bolted, leaving Van Damme waiting outside for hours. Sylvester Stallone later confirmed the story, saying Van Damme chased Seagal to a Miami nightclub, but once again, no punches were thrown, because Seagal ran. Wild tales and Hollywood lore. Both stars have their share of bizarre off-screen stories that only amplify their larger-than-life personas. Take Van Damme's 1998 run-in at a New York club with Chuck Zito, a former boxer and Hells Angels member. According to Zito, a heated argument ended with Van Damme hitting the floor after a single punch. Van Damme admitted taking a hit but laughed off the wilder details. No, he didn't soil himself. Then there's the infamous Seagal tale from the set of Out for Justice, where stuntman and grappling legend Judo Gene LeBell allegedly choked Seagal out after he claimed no one could. The story, complete with rumors of Seagal soiling himself, has become martial arts folklore, though Seagal denies it ever happened. Why Van Damme wins the crown. So, why does Van Damme still reign supreme in fans' hearts? A recent poll of over 5,000 votes showed a staggering 90% picking Van Damme as the victor in both a hypothetical fight and career legacy. Fans point to his legit kickboxing record, unlike Seagal's unproven claims, and his dynamic, crowd-pleasing style. But it's more than that. Van Damme's openness about his struggles, marital woes, substance abuse, and a public battle with addiction in the 90s made him relatable. His self-aware turn in 2008's JCVD, his viral Volvo Splits ad, and roles in films like The Expendables 2 kept him relevant and beloved. Seagal, meanwhile, has faded. His later career leaned heavily on direct-to-video flicks, with little evolution in his stoic persona. Controversies, allegations of misconduct, ties to Vladimir Putin, and clashes with stuntmen have tarnished his image. Unlike Van Damme, who embraced his flaws, Seagal's refusal to show vulnerability left fans cold. When cracks appeared in his untouchable armor, they hit harder because he'd built himself up as invincible. The myth of the action hero. This rivalry isn't just about kicks and punches. It's about what action heroes mean to us. In the 80s and 90s, stars like Van Damme and Seagal were larger-than-life symbols of strength, justice, and masculinity. Van Damme embodied the flawed hero who rises again, resonating with fans through his humanity. Seagal, the stoic warrior, captivated with his mystique but struggled when that facade cracked. As culture evolved, we craved heroes who were strong and human. Van Damme delivered while Seagal doubled down on invincibility. Where are they now? Van Damme's career has aged like fine wine. From JCVD's critical acclaim to Netflix gems and that epic Volvo ad, he's proven he's more than a one-trick pony. Seagal, meanwhile, churns out low-budget flicks, his impact waning. His controversies and rigid persona haven't helped, leaving him a shadow of his 90s glory. Who wins the ultimate showdown? So, who'd win in their prime? Van Damme's lightning-fast kicks or Seagal's bone-breaking Aikido? The fans have spoken, and Van Damme's speed, heart, and legit fighting chops take the crown. But this feud teaches us something bigger. We love heroes who show their scars, fight their demons, and keep getting back up. That's why Jean-Claude Van Damme, the muscles from Brussels, still rules the ring. What do you think? Could Seagal's Aikido overpower Van Damme's kicks? Or does JCVD's spirit make him unstoppable? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading, and if you're hungry for more, check out our videos on Seagal's feud with Frank Dukes or the 3 times he allegedly ran from a fight. Keep training, keep breathing, and I'll see you in the next video.